Another 10 minutes of morning calm. And today we're looking at this idea of what served you. Life is just this ongoing movement, right? And our ideas change, they shift, they grow, they elaborate. And as is so important to remember, with all these stages of life, it's not about we jettison the old, it's we transcend and include it. We just keep on building our lives on these blocks. And that's what we're looking at today. So we've been looking over the past few weeks of Noah and the ark, and this story where Noah's finally able to like let it go. That idea of taking the good things and eventually just letting it go. We don't need a return. We don't need to get anything back. We're just at the end of a flood. We just reach a point where we're just able to let stuff go out there into the world and serve without needing anything to come back. And the next stage is a really interesting one. And I think so many of these, they're ideas we dance with. Don't see it as programmatic per se. Just see it as beautiful ideas to get us thinking. And that's this line here. So Noah removed the roof of the ark and looked out into the world. And I love that image, right? This is a time where here's this ark. Noah removes the roof off the ark. Sunlight comes streaming in. Obviously we're getting ready to get out of this dang boat, and it's a beautiful image, right? Beautiful image. And we're coming at the end of a flood here. So what is that? What is that all about, friends? What could that possibly mean? Well, our particular theology, one way we hold, you might be able to hold that, is that's when the false stuff, when the old ideas, they just go. We're able to remove them and just have a much more open life. Sunbeams coming in, the whole thing. And what is that all about? Well, I love this idea that in our lives, like as our ideas evolve, there's some old ideas which actually help to protect us, just like that roof of the ark. And again, see, this is a metaphor. See, this is poetic truth. They help to protect us. They actually served a critically important role in our lives. And what we can do is we can actually come to honor that role. We can come to see, oh, that was really important then. That really mattered. And it's not about sort of playing a game of how dumb I was or how come I never saw it. No, you saw what you saw for that time. And it made sense to you at that time. And you felt like God called you that way at that time. And that way of sort of honoring those old ideas that helped us and actually protected us is incredibly significant. I was thinking a little bit about it this morning, kind of where in my life, that might have shown up. And I can remember way back when being a teenager and being so incredibly self-centered. Anything my parents did was mortifying. Siblings were driving me crazy, all this kind of nutty stuff. And that real egotistical kind of self-centered view is part of life, and it's part of human growth. And it's real important to remember that's just a stage, and eventually that stage goes. But that stage also protects us in a certain way, because we're not ready for other stuff. We're not ready to see the bigger picture. We're not. I think as a teen, I would say we're not ready to really see the world's pain yet, or to see the world's true joy yet either. We're just not mature enough to do that. And so what happens is we go through these times where it's for lack of a better word, it's this protected state where we're protected, and we're protected by something that's false, something that's not true. The world is not all about us, but it is something that will help us to move forward. So folks, like, just I think this is one that gives us a lot of grace for ourselves, obviously, but should also give us a lot of grace for other people too. So, the takeaway today is pretty simple. If you have someone who's just struggling, you just know they're struggling, and you can see it, and you can see they're struggling because they just don't have their head on straight for whatever reason. Just take a breath and just maybe quietly acknowledge, they're doing the best that they can with what they know for that day. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't keep on inviting them to something else, to something bigger, to something higher, to maybe reframe it. I mean, people do that all the time, and it makes a huge difference in life when people can really offer insights. But it's the starting point of like they are where they are, and they're doing what they're doing because somehow that's how they see the world. And maybe it's some kind of protection for them in some sort of way. Maybe they're not ready for something more, and our job is just to walk with them very, very humbly, very gently. I think so much of life, it comes down to the wisdom of a really good, a really good grandparent who just knows this too shall pass and is just able to sort of stake out an area, stake out a terrain, stake out a goal, stake out something out into the future, and it's just there loving us as we take our journeys through this life, a life that's often very difficult, always blessed, and many times beautiful as well. So that's the thought for today, folks. Just it's a plea for a little patience. Might be another way of saying it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move into our little meditation. For those of you joining me for the first time, what we do is we do a little meditation here, a little breathing work, and then what we do is we shift into a little prayer. We close with a little blessing, and then we say hi to folks on social media. So with that, friends, let's get a little breath. Little meditation. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and. Be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, friends, let's give a little cheery social media hello here. And for those of you joining us for the first time, what we do is we take a look on Facebook, New Church Live's Facebook page, where we offer a little commentary for those who would like to leave a comment. And just a reminder, too, is you're welcome to leave a comment any point in time, because it is always great to hear from people who join us here. All right, let's take a little listen. All right, Linda, good morning to you, and I hope you're doing well. Susan, good morning to you. I hope you have a good day. Sherry, good morning down there in Tennessee. Hope life is good. Betty writes, good morning. Live, learn, and hopefully grow from it all to be a better human. Namaste. And that, Betty, that grow from it all. There's this line I was just telling somebody about. This idea that it all belongs, and it doesn't mean it's all good. I really like, it's a Richard Rohr phrase. It all belongs. I like that because it allows there to be hard stuff, and somehow it belongs in our life. Not belonging isn't like, wow, that was really good, that bad thing happened, but these challenging things happen, and it's part of our life. We just get, oh yeah, that's part of my story now. I think it's a powerful way to see it. Melissa writes, good morning, and good morning to you, Melissa. Mary writes, my dad is speaking through you. His mainstay response, especially when we were dramatic, was, this too shall pass. It really is true, because some people get so, I know, especially from teaching, Mary, all those years with high school students, people would get so upset about high school students, this, that, or the other thing. And, they're doing what they do. And it's a time of life where, that's just how it works, All right, flipping over onto my page here. All right. Teresa writes, good morning, and good morning to you, Teresa. Kim, good morning to you, my friend. Deneen, great to see you as always, Deneen. That vacation looked like a ton of fun on Facebook, by the way. Deneen writes, I needed this about 15 minutes ago before I got angry at my daughter. Oh, man, we all need that reminder. So well said. Carl writes, made it this morning. Body woke up early. Glad I could join and listen. Carl, it is always so good to have you joining us, buddy. Teresa writes, thank you for this great reminder about patience with myself and with others. And it's so true, Teresa, right? Like, we're all, I don't know. Like, I love the 12-step phrase, right? It's all about progress, not perfection. Oof, good stuff. Good stuff. Progress, not perfection. So, friends, God bless. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.